All right, what's going on, guys? Like and subscribe. This is Levi Apparel. As usual, we getting it going. All right. So today's talk is white toner printing. I mean, yeah. If you're here, like I said, like subscribe. If you're there for future updates, also subscribe. I appreciate it. All right. Okay. Cool. All right. I'll wait a few more seconds. Get things all set. All right, yeah. So, white toner printing. That is the talk for today, the talk of the day. All right. Now, why are we talking about white toner printing? There's a big reason why. Um, a lot of you have noticed like white toners coming back with a force. And that's a good reason why. A lot of people who want to be able to do DTF printing, direct to film printing. Some people don't want the worry of messing up their printer. Others just don't want to deal with the hassle of cleaning up inks. Some just don't want their whites to mess up. They don't mind cleaning up the prints. The inks and the ink heads. They just don't want their white heads, the white ink to clog up their printer and mess it up. There's a lot of reasons why. So let's go over the again. Multiple reasons why a lot of people want white toner printing and not DTF. Okay, pros and cons, right? Both white toner printing, which is a laser jet printer, and DTF printer. A DTF printer is a modified Epson printer, whether it be the 1390, 1400, P600, the different Ps of Epson's, and also the L1800s. These are all different print heads that's used to create what is known as DTF printing, right? Direct to film printing on ink. Now, the ink that's used is water-based ink, inkjet. So clogging happens a lot more frequently unless you use proper measures to declog your printer. So let's talk about the we're just gonna go back and forth. All right. So now, the laser printer, better known as white toner printers, can do something which is basically print on film. While it prints on the film, it prints the image, and it comes in two parts. One which is a film, the other one is a glue, which is called a B sheet, which is white toner adhesive that allows the image to adhere, which means stay, on a garment. Now, where do you get the white toner printer from? You get the white toner from the fact that they've created white toner. It's just like it says, white toner. They created white toner. And if you have a toner that takes 6 toners, then you can replace one of the toner with the white cartridge. Now, the white cartridge can go on any color formation. All it does is it just prints white. After the original printing is done, it allows the printer to print a second coat of white toner as another layer, and that's it. So now, the reason why you get the paper refill is because you have two toner added onto each other along with the white B sheet, which is the glue, and that's how you get the paper refill. Is there a way to escape that? Yeah, there is. So how do you escape that white toner fill? We're going to talk about it in a second, but let's go into DTF. And if you're here, like and subscribe. I appreciate you. So we're going to go back to using white ink. All right, cool. Now DTF ink is next. So with DTF ink, white ink, it's the same process. The printer prints, regular prints on a clear film, just like the white toner prints on a clear film. And then you have a powder that goes on top of the white ink to give it that adhesive that would adhere to different fabrics or shirts, right? Now, how does the white toner portion gets done when it comes to white toner DTF ink on a DTF printer? I use the Epson 1400 to do my DTF printing, and what happens is the printer prints color first and then it layers white on top. So it has, like, just like the white toner, it has two inks layered on top of powder, which is the glue adhesive for the shirt or fabrics or, you know, substrates. And that's how you get DTF white ink printing for all types of fabric, right? Now, do you need the white ink? Yes and no. If you want your image to be super, super like opaque, so the color can be very vivid on a dark garment, yes, you do need the white ink. But if you're using like a white ink, a white shirt or a white substrate surface, you actually don't need the white ink layered on top to make it thicker than it needs to be. You can just use the regular color and then sprinkle some of that DTF powder on top to get the adhesive glue property. You heat it up. After that, there you go, a DTF film for light color garments. So you actually don't need the white necessarily unless you're using dark garments, right? So I have both machines. I actually have the Epson 1400 DTF printer converted, and I have the HP I believe it's the M254DW. And the reason why I have that printer is because it allows me to print on a film, because it's a laser printer on a film. The only downside, I believe it's it can print 8x14 pretty much, but I usually use the 8x11 sheet, so I rarely use the 8x14. right? So how does the DTF process work on that one? Direct to film laser, right? So we'll call that DTF laser printing. So with DTF laser printing, there's a lot of things that happens. A lot of moving parts. So if you are thinking about buying a DTF printer, I would recommend you finish watching this whole thing before you go and purchase a DTF print. DTF laser printer, right? Or what the industry calls a laser white toner printing. Before you decide on white toner printing, this is a video you should definitely see. Finish watching. If you have questions, definitely post your questions, and I'll see if I can answer as much as I can with the time given. All right. So I've mentioned it before. What printers can do white toner printing for laser? The answer is run. Any printer that will accept your white toner sheet, a sheet, that will allow you to print. Yeah, sorry about that. I have a lot going through my mind right now about white toner printing and just so much facts I got, you know. This is definitely a hack, but it's really not. Okay, so let me give you the understanding of white toner printing. So first thing first, when it comes to white toner printing, all you need is a laser printer. Once you have that laser printer and you're able to print on the A sheet, all you need is the B sheet to be placed on top of the A sheet with your heat press at minimum at least 350 degrees Fahrenheit at least 60 to 90 seconds. You know, you want to do a trial and error, right? And then from there, you remove the A by holding the B sheet down and peeling backward the B sheet. So you hold the A sheet down, peeling back the the B sheet while it's on the platen. Make sure you have one of those heat gloves and you're peeling it back, and then voila, wherever the toner is, that's where the B sheet will allow the adhesive that's to be removed. Once you remove the adhesive, what you'll have is a sheet that has basically a silhouette of the artwork that you have holding in your hand, which would be the A sheet. And that's pretty much white toner printing, right? I'll repeat it throughout this whole process of how to actually get a correct white toner printing sheet to adhere to your shirt, right? So after you're done with that, you then take your A sheet, right? That's already been made by your B sheet, to remove the adhesive property that's on the B sheet to go on the A sheet. You put a shirt on the platen. Now you just want to scale down your time and your temperature to like 325 or so at 30 to like 25 to 30 seconds. And you just heat press like you would normally heat press um, a vinyl, pretty much, right? The first time you heat press and you remove the sheet, you want to let it cool down first. Once everything is cool to the touch, you can touch the A sheet that's on the shirt, and you don't have any heat on it, and it's nice and cool. You start by going to one section, peeling it away, and if you notice that it's coming off, then you continue your heat pressing. Then you continue peeling it away ever so slowly and just watching, right? In the beginning, you want to do things in motion and create a system, because as time goes by, you don't have to go slow anymore. It's going to become very redundant. You remove it. At that point, when you're super efficient with it, you won't even need to wait for it to cool down. You already got like a cool towel or like an ice pack, and you rub it on it, bam, 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 and then you peeling it away. Literally, it's going to be in seconds. Peel away next, peel away next, peel away next. And that's how fast it can be if you're diligently doing it, because now you know your heat setting, you know your temperature setting, you know your shirt and everything, and how it works on different fabrics. Right? So that is white toner printing in a complete form. Right? Now, the fill. If you do white toner with an extra toner on it, which would be the white to give it the opaqueness so you can see through, so you can see the image in boldness, right? You're gonna have two toners on there, the regular color toner and then the white toner. After that comes the adhesive, which is the B sheet. This is what gives you the white toner trademark, right? In a way. So because of that, you now have white toner printing available to you, and you can put on anything you want. If you don't mind sometimes thick feel of white toner, then this is a great, I'd say a great industry to get into, because you can print on anything with white toner. Anything. Mugs, hat, just like the image on my thumbnail shows you. That's why I put mugs, hat, anything. If it has fabric, it can go on it. If it has any type of surface, it can go on. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, you can even use your white toner as one of those mirror reflective thingies where you can print, because the toner, all it does is it just prints. So now you can create a white toner background for anything you want, you know? Yeah, so white toner has a lot of properties and it can do a lot of things. Now, the question is anybody saying anything? There's like 6 people here. Nobody saying anything. I don't know. The numbers are funny. It goes 6, 5, 3, 1 back. Who knows? But anyways, so that is how white toner is used. It can be used on any surface that you prefer. Now, as far as feel, how does it feel? If you're using one layer of white toner, of laser printing, that's the method. You're basically printing with your laser. on a sheet, on a clear sheet. That's all it is. So when you're printing on your laser on that A sheet, what happens is the toner goes on, the color toner goes on there, and then you have your choice that you can actually have it layer white. But if you have a white shirt, whatever type of shirt it is, as long as it's light color, you don't need to add the extra white toner on it to give it that thick white toner feel that nobody likes. But here's the funny thing, the people who buy it, they don't really care, because at the end of the day, no matter what you use to print, even if it's white toner, sublimation, DTF, screen printing, DTG, anything, any method you use to print, right? Even solvent ink, any method you use to print that utilizes ink on top of a fabric, unless it's sublimation that dyes the fabric, you're going to feel something. So this is like a common thing, a normal thing. So if you're not in the apparel business to understand that, then a lot of people won't care. So you use white toner if you want. All they care about is the longevity of the image. But even that itself, the longevity of a fabric and an image can easily wash off. Like you can do DTG, right? Direct to garment printing, perfectly done, right temperature, right spraying of the shirt. And that spray, by the way, is adhesive. It's adhesive spray, making it seem like it's something special. It's the same thing as the white powder. The same thing, the same exact thing. The only thing is it's a liquid adhesive. Anyways, like I was saying, you either have a paper coated adhesive, white toner, B sheet, or you have a powder adhesive, DTF sheet, or a spray on adhesive, DTG, or a mixture screen printing, which is already coated with the ink and everything. That's they all use adhesive and properties to be able to marry onto the shirt. So that whole thickness thing is just ridiculous. The only thing that doesn't use any type of adhesive, unless you're using a specialized paper, so you can be able to print on a what's that thing called, cotton and other brands besides polyester, right? Which you would use the Reveal R sheet, Reveal S sheet for sublimation, and that allows you to print on cotton or anything else, right? But that itself has coating on it so that it can adhere to the shirt, and you have to press it at a top. Anyways, either way, you're going to feel it on top. It all depends on how small of a feel do you want. But here's the thing with white toner. People try to downplay it because it's a new thing in the market, and they say, oh, it feels like, what's that thing called? It feels like a thin vinyl. They'll use words like that. Or they'll say it feels like a thick, papery product, like the soft stretch paper, or soft stretch dark paper, or whatever, that has a thicker feel. The reason why it's thick is because it needs a white backing, a thicker adhesive, so you get that feel. Now, is that a little cheaper? Yeah, it is a little cheaper because You're coating a paper and eventually it's going to wash off. But here's the thing, white toner does not wash off. The whole thing will either start to wear off, but it doesn't wash off. It's 100% coated on the material that goes on top of your shirt. So is white toner the way to go? Hell yeah. If you don't want to deal with cleaning up your printer, you just want to print. When you're not printing, you just leave it there. Let's say you're doing vinyl 1 week, right? Next week you're doing screen printing, right? The following week you're doing something else. Maybe you're doing like cards or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe you're doing cards. What do I mean by cards? Let me elaborate a little bit more. You might be doing, what's that thing called? The office thing. Business card. There we go. You might be doing business cards. And if you're doing business card for people, guess what? You're going to need to take some time away from your printer and just focus on making those business cards. Why? Because you have to make sure the cuts are right, everything is in line, because you're doing it multiple of them. And then you have to inspect every single one of them, make sure everything is okay. So at the end of the day, if you want a printer that can just sit there a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, 2 months, hey, next year, white toner printing, laser printing, that's the way to go, right? So am I a person that would say don't do white toner printing? No, everything has its place. Everything has its place. For example, somebody said they wanted me to do a pocket image, and it was a interesting blue color, and it was supposed to be on a polo. Now I wanted something that would last, and the blue they were using, I wanted it to be a specialized material. I didn't want it to be white toner because I wanted it to puff up a little bit. I wanted that thick feel. So yes, sometimes you do want that thick feel. It depends on what you're using. Certain materials, because of the industry that they're going to, they know, hey, I need this material to be thick so it can pop. And I want the color to be bold. Now, can you use white toner? Yeah, you can. But the color is going to be a little bit more muted, even though you're going to get the color, but it's not going to be as, when the light hits it, it shines. So the blue that the person wanted was an aqua blue. So I said, aqua blue. And then the image they wanted was one solid color, aqua. So I said, okay, best way to do this is vinyl. So I did the vinyl cutout, logo, the phone number, everything was in one color. I did a pocket size and a large back side, right? So on the back, it was larger. On the front, it was a pocket. That was a polo. That was perfectly done, to the point where they asked for more. Cool. So I finished that. Next was excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, next was another image that needed to be done. Now, this image was multicolors. On top of being multicolor, the colors went from orange to light orange to red. Now, I had a choice. What method am I going to use? I could have used DTF. By the time my DTF printer was having issues. Why? Because the white wouldn't print. So I said, dang, what am I going to do? I said, it's a pocket size. So the print was a pocket size print. So the fill wasn't going to be much of an issue. You know what I'm saying? Now, the question was, how am I going to do this and what method? I used the white toner. I used the white toner printer. Why did I use the white toner printer? Because I knew, and also the image was supposed to go on a red shirt. Now, if you get a red shirt and you're doing white toner printing, the ink on the white toner, the white DTF printing ink, the ink is soft. So what happens is the red dye. So I'm getting my thoughts together as I'm saying this because I don't want to say and all that. So that's why I'm pausing as I'm saying words, and then eventually you're gonna see my mind work a little bit faster without using and all that. So what I did was I decided to take a minute, think about it, think about all my different printing abilities, and then I made my move. Whether you can have a white toner, DTF printer, sublimation printer, vinyl cutter, what else? And even EcoSolvent ink printing available to you. Those are all tools that you can utilize to help you in your printing needs, right? Sorry for the long pause. I'm just looking around, making sure things are good. Yeah, so you can utilize different printing needs to accomplish what you want. If you want to print on a white shirt, there's just way too many ways to do it. The customer wants to go cheap on you. Use your soft stretch white soft stretch inkjet paper. You print on it, you cut it out with your vinyl cutter, right? You throw the image on there and you're good to go. If you heat press it correctly, the fill will be great. It'll last long, probably maybe 25 to 30 washes, sometimes more, depending on how many times they use it. Now, when they say 25 to 30 washes or even 50 washes, There's 52 weeks in a year. The understanding is, out of those 52 weeks in a year, there's no way you're going to be wearing that shirt every single day, 52 weeks in a row, which is a whole year. So you'll never wash your shirt 52 times, really. It's more like the most 25 times you'll wash your shirt, because chances are you have a line of shirts that you're wearing every single day, that the amount of wash that you'll need is not going to be that much, just so you know. So when they say it can last 52 washes or 50 washes, that's pretty damn good, because that means they might last you a good 3 to 4 years before you even start to see the image start wearing out. And that's pretty good for a shirt. Because even screen printing doesn't last that long. So now they say to you, no, I want it a little bit more expensive, and it's a white shirt. It's multicolors, it colors that fade into each other, all that stuff. Your next tool is DTF, direct to film. You either purchase the direct to film, or you decide, hey, let me use my direct to film machine, whether it's a converted or an actual direct to film machine. Right? So next, especially if they say, oh, it's going to be big in front, big on the back, right? Okay. Now, if they say to you, it's going to be a print that's at least minimum. Remember, we're working with at-home, direct-to-film printing machines, right? Now, if they say to you, I want that shirt to be as big as possible of a print, but not too much that it's going to encompass the bottom of the shirt, just like a 14-inch wide by a, I don't know, 14-inch long. Now, your DTF printer usually prints 13-inch by 19-inch. So to get that other side of the 14, you're going to have to stretch it out a little bit. So you can work them down to like a 13 by 19 or a 12.5 or something like that to get as close to the 13 as you can. And if they say, no, I'm paying extra money, I want wide print on both front and back, and this is a 3X, then you may have to go what's called screen printing. Now, that's a little bit more expensive, because now your time that you have to convert the artwork and do all that you need to do for screen printing, it's going to take you some time. Right? Now, let's say if they said, no, I don't mind the print being small. As a matter of fact, I want a pocket size. I want it to be on a red. I want it to be on a red shirt. I want multiple colors. And I have a limited amount I'm going to be using, let's say 10. You can't do screen printing on like 10 shirts. You can, but it's going to be a waste of time. You just made a screen for 10 shirts. Well, especially if it's multicolors, which would mean you need at least 6 to 8 screens. You're going to be like, wait. It's a red shirt. Dang, if on a red shirt, I have to use the DTF method. And with the DTF method, I can't, yeah, sure, I'm going to use the powder, but I have to use black powder. Black powder is going to mute the image a little bit. So what is the best solution? The best solution is white toner. This is why you can have a million printing methods. There will always be one method for everything. When I say everything, I'm talking about the shirt that you're using. There'll be one method for the shirt that you're using, because not all the time. Here's the thing: if you try to do DTF printing on a red shirt, the red dye, especially a red polo is usually dyed. The red polo that you have, what will happen to it is this: the red dye will leak out onto whatever printing method that's used. Oh, my guy's here. Direct Performance says late but here. That's what's up. Better late than ever. All right. Had 5 people in here, disappeared, but it's cool. It's cool. They just want, it's probably some of those industry people wanted to find out. Is he talking about us? Yeah, I'm talking about you. Industry people. That's making people pay thousands of dollars for a laser printer that you can easily buy for $170 at Amazon. Sorry, $179 on Amazon plus tax, maybe $200. That comes with a set of inks already. And as long as you have your sheet, A and B sheet, you can print same day. Right off the box, you just load the cartridges on. After you load the cartridges on, it configure. All it means is just the printer says to itself, hey, the cartridges are there. Hey, I've tried on the cartridges. Hey, the cartridges work. And then after that, it says you can begin printing. And that's it. That's all the configuring is. You know, it charges the cartridges and you're good to go. You know, it does a test print and then that's it. So now you have a red shirt and the customer says, I'm paying high. I don't care what you do. Just print the shirt for me. I've had other people print it. And every time they print it, for some reason, the image has white on it. The image has white. And that white, what ends up happening is the white looks pink. I don't want that pink look. So what do? White toner. White toner has adhesive. The B sheet is an adhesive, but that adhesive is thick. So it doesn't allow for, if you do it correctly and you don't overheat it, because dye migration can happen with almost anything. But if you don't overheat it and you do it correctly, what happens is you don't get as much as a dye migration printers. Yeah. So what ends up happening is now that expensive pocket and let's say a back print, it's possible. You just gotta let them know, hey, listen, your back print is gonna be a an 8 by 11. Are you able to accept that? Yeah. Most of the time they'll tell you yeah, because a polo is usually image with like a small print on the side. I mean on the bottom, like detailing their store or their address or whatever. And then on the back is just big. So as people turn around and look at you from the back, because that's the common thing to do, if they're looking at your shirt, they tend not to want to look at you in the face to look at your image. They want to turn around and look at your shirt. Oh, such and such food service located at this location. Okay, let me take a picture of that, or let me remember that logo.
Please take the parking ticket.
Thank you.
You're following the guidance.
Have a great day. All right, we might get disconnected. But yeah, so the DTF process is something that everybody can do. You don't have to buy the super expensive printer. Oh, come on, guys, don't block me. Thank you. Like I was saying, it doesn't matter what printer you get. Just get a laser printer